Hi everybody, we're going to do a snowflake today. So we're going to go to this site right here, and it's going to allow us to get this little shape right here to make a snowflake. So what you're going to do is you're just going to start drawing. So click and drag. And then you got to start where you stopped. And you can make letters in here too if you want to. I saw Miss Adler doing this, so I thought this was super fun. Click, 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 click. Oh. So you can make them any way you want to. All right, once I get these all done, then I'm going to go to the, need to move this over, the bottom here. Oh, no, I need to go over here and do make a snowflake. So I want to make sure this has enough spaces. Okay, so I'm going to go over here and I'm going to do make a snowflake. And there's my snowflake right there. And then what I have to do is I have to take a screenshot because I can't figure out how to get it to download, although maybe I can do it on here. I'm going to try it real quick, but it wasn't working on my desktop. So I'll try here, but I don't think it was working. To save the image, right click, and it didn't work before. So I have no faith in this, but I'm going to try. And it's just not doing anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a screenshot. So I'm going to go down here and do my snipping tool. I'm going to say new. And then I'm going to just click and drag this part right here. So I just get the whole space. All right, and then I'm going to save this into my downloads. So I'm going to file, save as, and put that into my downloads. And say save. Okay, now I'm going to open Photop because Photop is super great. And I'm going to open that Photop up. All right, and then I'm going to open up the Photop. And I'm going to do File New. I'm going to change this to inches. I'm going to call this my snowflake. Oops. I'm going to change this to a square, so I'm just going to leave it 10 by 10 like some of us did already. So I'm just going to leave it 10 by 10 because it's square. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not. I'm going to do it 8 by 10 because I'm going to do something different later. And I'm going to say create. All right, now I'm going to do file open, and I'm going to find my snowflake in my downloads and open that up. Now what I want to do is I just want to get a snowflake. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to right click on here and I'm going to grab my magic wand, and then I'm going to just get only the white. And actually what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go to image adjustments, levels, and I'm going to change my levels so that all the white is really white and all the blue is dark. That's my hope. Anyway, okay. So now I'm going to try to get in, oh, you know what? Select, deselect. It didn't work because I had everything selected. Adjustments, levels. Okay, can't do it when it's selected. So now I'm going to brighten it up so all the white's really white. Go back to my magic wand and say okay. And then I'm going to go in here and get all of these whites. I'm going to hit the shift key and just click on all the white parts, and it should highlight everything white that's touching. And since I have parts that aren't touching, I'm going to edit undo that part because I got some blue. So I'm going to go in here and in here. And in here. Okay. So then I'm going to do edit copy, edit copy, and I'm going to go back to my snowflake and do edit paste. Okay, now you won't be able to see this because my background is not a color, so I'm going to put a color in here just so we can see it. And I'm going to go down here to my gradient tool, right click on that and grab that paint bucket and fill that space. Okay, so now I can see my snowflake, and I'm going to go over here and make sure it's in the center. Yep, and it is in the center. Okay, so you can go ahead and save that. If you just want to do that, you can grab some more snowflakes. You could do layer, duplicate layer, and make a whole bunch of snowflakes. And I can change the size, edit, transform, scale. All right, and you guys know that, when I do a step, you can stop the video and then work. You don't have to keep it going and try to keep going with me. You can stop, come back. Okay, and I can fill the whole thing, edit, layer, let it layer, duplicate layer. And I can just kind of fill. I can also change the opacity too, so I can blend it into the background if I want to, so some of them will fade. Okay, so I can fill that all up with like that. Or if we want to get super fancy, I'm going to make a new layer. Layer new. And I'm going to drag this underneath. So now I have it underneath this. And I am going to make a box right here. So it fills half the frame. And I'm going to make this green. So I'm going to go get a green color. I kind of want a Christmas tree green. So I'm going to find a color I like. That'll work. And go back to my paint bucket. I'm going to fill that in. And then I'm going to deselect. And then I'm going to get my lasso tool. Okay. And I'm going to make like a little, I'm going to use my mouse. I'm going to select, deselect, and then I'm going to make a kind of a little, Christmas tree. Since it's Christmas break, I can make that Christmas tree. And for my art appreciation students, this is great because we just did these no-tans, so it's kind of like what we've already done. And then I got to come back up here and make sure I touch the beginning. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to edit, cut, edit, paste, and then I want to do edit, transform, move that out of the way because it's in my way again. Edit, transform, everything's in my way. Get that away. Okay. Edit, transform, and I want to flip it horizontally. Now I got to go back to that arrow tool so I can move it because I want to move it right here. So I've made a Christmas tree with a positive shape and a negative shape. I'm going to go back to my little snowflake, and I can put my snowflake at the top of the tree. And there we go. That's a little design. I could also go in and decorate it if I want to. And you can turn that in as a thing. You can also add for my photography students. You can add some text. I'm going to go in here and get some script, something fancy. Maybe this one's kind of fancy. So go in here. Grammarly keeps talking to me all the time. What is up with that? And I have it on black, so should see. Merry Christmas. I don't see it saying Merry Christmas though. Did it say it? I don't know. Doesn't look like it did anything. Hold on. All right. Go away. No thanks. Okay. All right. I'm going to try text again. I'm going to delete those. Delete. Text. See if text works. All right. I want to do Mary. So then I'm going to go to Edit, Transform Scale. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. And I'm going to rotate it. And I'm going to do another text. And on this text, I'm just going to do Christmas. Oops. Make sure my fingers are where they're supposed to be. Christmas. And I'm going to do Edit, Transform, Rotate. I'll put it right down there. All right, I think I'm going to make it lighter. See what happens with a white instead of a dark. Okay. And then let's do a stroke. And we'll do the stroke with black. Oh my goodness. This thing is not going away. Okay, well, all right. So I'm going to change my size so it's a little bit bigger. Okay, that should be good. I'm going to change it to dissolve. All right. I'm going to say okay. I'm going to do the same thing to Mary. So I'll do stroke. Should be the same. Okay. Now I'm going to do drop shadow. I just want to move this over so I can see, but oh, that thing is just won't let me do it. Okay. So I'm going to go there and size. And then I'm going to do the same thing for that. And it should remember, so I shouldn't have to do it again. Okay. All right. So now I have my Merry Christmas and I have my thing. And I'm going to change this back because I want this brighter now because I'm not doing what I was doing with it before. So I'm going to make that less opaque or less see-through. And there we go. Merry Christmas. I don't know. Maybe I want it to be red. Nah, I think white's good. So then I can stop. I can do File, save as PSD, and turn it in. Have a great Christmas, y'all.